Start.
Hello, folks. This is the real Manos, and this is comic news with Duke and Manos. Now, you may be wondering what happened last week, why we didn't have a show, and I didn't really want to tell you this, but I regret to inform you that Duke Galoops has been in a coma for the past week and a half. I didn't really want to bring this up, and it's been rather hard on Bill Cosby and Frank Miller's hat. They've been wonderful through this, but I think what we need to do is we need to kind of get together and see what we can do about seeing if we could revive Duke for this show. And I think what we need to do is we need to get together, everybody across the internet, hope and dream of beautiful things and beady pajamas and rainbows.
Oh God, what happened? Ow.
And clap your hands.
Clap your... What the
Clap your hands!
Okay, what the hell's going on?
Oh, hey, everybody, we did it!
Um,
Oh, man, that's... Fuck you, science.
Manos, what are you talking about? And why am I in a hospital bed?
Well, it was just... you've had a rough week, frankly.
Okay. So I decide to rent Southland Tales out of curiosity.
Yes.
End up in a coma.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Bill Cosby and Frank Miller's hat crying in a corner over me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What happened?
It's what I get for renting that awfully confusing movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you want to end the bit?
Sure. I guess we got to pull that catheter out of you first.
We're that dedicated. Can we do it after? Because then we're gonna have this weird, awkward wall between us.
Sure.
Like, of having that pulled out. I think it's less awkward if I leave it.
Well, I wasn't pulling it out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Rob Liefeld was there. Everyone's here. I'm so glad we dedicated this. Okay, so back to serious land. Well, whatever that is for us. I did rent Southland Tales over the weekend.
Oh, you did? It really sucked as bad as I heard?
Oh, it is like the most remarkably disastrous movie ever.
Wow, that's saying a lot.
Like I used to say, like, the biggest train wreck that's impossible not to watch was The Room. This movie surpassed that. It makes not one fucking ounce of sense.
That's so bad. That's too bad.
And the best part, I can literally, like, name 20 people who are in this movie. Like, this movie's filled with name stars. Like, you know these people. Doesn't mean they're good, but they were here for some reason.
Yeah, this isn't like Troll 2, where they got dentists to be in the movie. I mean, this was like a quality cast.
Well, it was a cast that people have heard of.
Well, yeah. Maybe I shouldn't be saying.
Like Sarah Michelle Gellar was like, there were some good
Gellar.
actors there, but they weren't given anything good to use.
Wasn't The Rock in this movie?
He's basically the main character. Here's the thing: this movie has like a cast bigger than the Earth. It's that fucking huge. And most of these, like, maybe 2 or 3 characters are anything close to important, and yet there's all this bullshit, so you have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
I heard it was bad too. The thing that sparked it was Lynn Cara from That Guy with the Glasses did this insane review of it. And it piqued my curiosity, and a Redbox happened to have it. And by my luck, I finally got a Redbox disc that didn't look like it was attacked by a bear. Like, you know those kinds of scratches on DVDs where you need to, like, have it in the bright light to see it? I could see this thing in the dark. In most cases, when I get a DVD from the Redbox, they're so clear that pitch black dark, you could see a scratch somehow. That's how bad quality like my luck is on this. But no, I got the pristine copy of Southland Tales.
It's because it was never rented.
I know. I should have taken my dad's power sander to that thing. No one would have cared. And one more thing, because it technically has a relationship to comics. They made a prequel book for it. The writer-director decided, oh man, there's so much story I have yet to tell. I'll release an equally confusing comic book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the way the movie opens is...
Who published it?
I don't know. I don't know. Like that was explained in the review I watched. Because the way the movie works is basically it's a saga, like a 6-part saga, and the movie is parts 4 through 6, and the book is parts 1 through 3.
No, you can't do that.
You can, yeah, that's the thing. Rule 1.
The movie has to be the movie.
Exactly. And here's the thing. It explains, apparently that comic explains like 2 things and opens even more plot holes if you read it.
Yeah.
So you're somehow better off watching this movie. But there's a scene that it's now my favorite scene in all of everything. Because, okay, amongst the gigantic cast, Justin Timberlake's in this movie. And he's mostly just some sort of weird-ass narrator.
Yeah.
But for some random reason, he decides to be a character in the movie, like does things in the movie. And there's this weird drug called liquid karma, and he gets some from some other guy. And now he's in this abandoned arcade that he kind of apparently runs for other because he was a former Iraq soldier, got scarred. This is about as much sense as the movie makes, by the way. And he runs this used arcade. And I only explain that because after he takes the drug, he faints. It cuts to black, and then cuts to him standing there. And then he starts singing a killer song.
Ha!
Like, all of a sudden, he's like, I got soul, but I'm not a soldier. And then women in like Halloween nurse outfits and powder white wigs show up and start dancing around him. And it is the greatest scene because it makes absolutely no sense. There is no reason, like literally, there's a 3-minute music video in the middle of this movie for no reason. At least they make you try and think there's a reason why half the characters are doing a damn thing. This is just there. And I've shared this on I think Facebook, Tumblr, maybe even Twitter. And I'm definitely putting in like a little annotation for you guys to click in the video because it's just amazing how incredibly out of place this thing is. And then it just goes back to whatever the fucking end of the world plot was.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It had an end of the world plot or something.
And the best part about the end of the world plot?
Yeah.
They ditch it about a half hour before the movie ends and they switch to something else about time travel.
Oh, okay.
Literally.
No, I believe you.
No. I'm telling this to our audience. This movie has an end of the world plot, and it's not even the final thing they end on. They just, like, bring it up one last time, forget about it, and then talk about time travel. I could go on for, like, 5 hours about how this movie's entirely confusing. I might have to someday, but still, this is... It was amazingly insane. If you just love train wrecks of movies, rent this or somehow get... I'm sure it's on Netflix.
You know, it's amazing. Whenever I see The Rock in any movie, I usually take that as a bad sign.
Yeah, I understand that for most things.
I do. And now here's the thing. I like The Rock. I think he's actually not a bad actor.
He's not.
But he doesn't seem to be capable of picking good movies, or at least 2 in a row.
No, I think I've made this joke forever since the Tooth Fairy came out.
Yeah.
Like every sentence on that phone call for that pitch ended with "How big's the paycheck?"
Yeah, no kidding. It's like he's a gigantic Seth Green.
Pretty much.
He can't be in a good movie.
Or at least 2 good movies in a row. Because, you know, like, I'm kind of happy to see him in an action movie, like, say, G.I. Joe 2. Yes, it doesn't look like it's going to be the greatest movie, but it still looks like it'd be a fun action movie for The Rock. But then he'll do shit like The Tooth Fairy or Race to Witch Mountain.
I'll be there when you're disappointed.
I won't. Hey, I was happy with the first movie. You think this one's going to disappoint me?
No, I'm looking forward to that conversation.
It's going to be insanely awkward because you're going to, like, pretend I'm insane, and I'll be like, it's okay. I'm glad I'll probably just see it on the mat. Who knows? It'll probably be, like, delayed another 5 years.
Maybe, who knows?
Yeah, but, so, we've now spent, like, 10 minutes on that, but I thought that was worth sharing.
Okay.
It is, like, it's going to be a tale I'm going to tell people for the next couple months, definitely. So,
hey, actually, do you mind if I bring up my kooky fun news?
Hey, why not?
Well, before we get started, I'll make this brief. If you haven't noticed, I haven't done a video for a couple weeks, and
I just figured you were attacked by the Chud monsters, like I was about to be.
No. They like me. I've been very busy. Now, my normal day job, I've been really busy, but I've also been preparing Red Knight 4, which is about to come out on July 4th for $2.99. And I'm very, very excited about this issue. I think it's going to be really good. I also have the Heroes Con coming up in Charlotte, North Carolina. And it is going to be, I think, the 30th anniversary show, too. And it is on the 22nd through the 24th of this month. And I'm going to be there. I got a table. And I can't wait to... this is my first big show. So I'll be on hand with copies of Red Knight, probably just 1 through 3. I don't know if I'm going to have 4 in time. And if you're going to go to the show, I'm going to be in Artist Alley. And I'm going to be under the heading Manos Publishing. And my table number is AA149. That's AA149.
Text that to get your free ring. Sorry.
That's right. So that's what I got going on.
That's good to know. And please visit him. Get comics from him. Ask him what it's like to work with me. Here's a hint. It's confusing.
Yeah, I'll tell you all the dirty secrets of working with Duke. It's quite horrifying.
One time, he made us wait for a half hour because he had to move furniture.
Oh my God! Oh,
that's real, by the way. And trust me, I was about as pissed off as those guys.
It was like shooting Apocalypse Now.
And trust me, it was not in my control, but I still feel like an asshole for that.
Yeah, King had a heart attack, and
Captain Logan yelled obscenities.
He gained 80 pounds. Came on the set. It's like, whoa, Captain Logan, that's not what you promised you'd look like.
We'll CGI it. We'll make you look skinny.
We'll shoot you. Well, no, just sit in this damp, dark pit, and we'll just shoot you that way.
Wear this giant trench coat.
Yes. That's true, actually. In Apocalypse Now, Marlon Brando promised to show up, in good shape.
And he didn't.
He came 100 pounds overweight.
Jesus.
So, Coppola just said, fuck it, we'll just shoot him in the dark.
I need to write that skill down if I ever shoot something.
Yeah.
I'm looking a little chubby. I'll just shoot the entire thing in the dark. That'd be awkward. Just do it. I'll shoot the lights out myself. But that was what else? That's why Eric didn't show up at all for the Q&A. It wasn't that he was leaving. No, he just didn't want to show up.
All right, who wants to talk about comic book news?
We do that? Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but hey, we were gone for a little bit. Why not? So some of this is basically us confirming big rumors that we already talked about. But okay, so we already know Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes is canceled.
Boo!
Oh, boo. And also, this isn't in the article, but I discovered something incredibly stupid. They had an episode. They're having one coming up, or they had one with Spider-Man recently.
Yeah?
And they had Josh Keaton, the guy who played him in Spectacular, voice him.
Yeah?
Disney dubbed him over with Drake Bell.
Boo!
Yeah, I just wanted you people to get one more little ounce of hatred. But Disney announced the title of their new replacement show coming next year with the greatest, most imaginative title ever, Marvel's Avengers Assemble.
Da-da-da-da-da!
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Okay, that's the title. I'm not shocked.
I don't know. It's not too bad.
It's not too bad of a title, but it's I don't know.
Yeah, thank God they didn't call it Unlimited. That would have looked like a ripoff.
Avengers Unlimited. Avengers. There's a lot of them.
Yes.
Yeah, and we just have this image of not at all animated characters.
Yeah, that's kind of troubling. I mean, that's basic like Marvel art. That's not what they're going to look like in the show.
No, and apparently the Falcon's going to be in it.
I don't have any problem with the Falcon. I like the Falcon.
I don't either, but like it's the Falcon.
Although I will say the thing I don't like about the Falcon is it seems like he gets his ass kicked a lot.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing.
Have you ever seen a comic with him in the last 20 years where he wasn't beaten up and kidnapped?
I haven't seen anything like in Superhero Squad. He got beat up every episode.
I know. That guy gets smacked down bad.
That's kind of the thing. Like I'm going with he's like little I've read of him and seen of him. He's an okay character, but yeah, he's just gonna get beaten up. He's the punching bag of the Marvel U.
He's like what Robin used to be.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, like in the old cartoons and like the '60s Batman, just always getting in trouble and kidnapped. So Cap has to save him.
I swear to God, if an episode of Avengers Assemble has the Falcon tied to train tracks,
yeah,
I'm going to laugh and then say, "Damn it, we were right."
You know what? If that happens, if he gets tied to train tracks, whatever villain needs to put him in like a Victorian dress.
They have to have a giant mustache and a top hat.
Yeah.
Like Thanos for no apparent reason. Uses the Infinity Gauntlet to do this to him. He's going to straight up kill him. No, he's going to do the most... And the thing is, as stupid as we've seen things happen on Ultimate Spider-Man, it's very likely they might do this.
Oh, man, I hope they don't take that kind of route with this show. Oh.
The rumor is it's going to fit in that universe, possibly. Well, here's the thing. The big reason people are kind of thinking why they canceled Earth's Mightiest Heroes to do this was technically Disney and Marvel didn't have, like, they weren't the ones making it. Another studio was making it.
Yeah.
That show was announced actually pretty long before Disney bought Marvel. And they wanted to do a show in their house, in their own production house. That makes sense.
No, it does. It actually
it makes a stupid sense. It's a stupid idea, but I see their logic.
It would have been nice if Disney had just let these shows run their courses. I mean, these shows don't always run forever. They just run 2-3 seasons and that's done. I mean, it's too bad they had to stop them short. But I don't know. You're right. We shouldn't be surprised that they wanted to clean house and just start fresh with their own in-house stuff.
And I'm sure, they'd be like, well, that means we have to split money up with people who don't actually work for us.
That's correct, because you're basically paying your competition.
We don't want to do that.
Disney hates doing that.
I know. What do you mean they're making other cartoons?
I think I heard the story where they avoided coming out with DVDs when they first came out because another studio owned the rights to the process. I
Yeah.
can't remember. And, they for a while, took their time. It's like, well, we don't want to pay our competition. It's like, I mean, Disney's like hardcore about shit like that.
So much that like, this always kind of like amused me slash bugged me. Coming out on Disney DVD. Like they have to put Disney out in front of the release just in case
That's
we don't
right.
know it's them.
Disney, they're the Tyler Perry of studios.
Yeah, basically. Now we have to wait the unholy alliance of Tyler Perry and Disney and see how that
Oh my
title
God,
comes out.
forget that.
Disney's Tyler Perry's. Oh dear God, make it stop.
A
That's gonna be
Francis Ford Coppola film.
yeah.
But let's be thankful that, it's not called Disney's Avengers.
Because then that makes you think like Darkwing Duck and Chip and Dale are in the team, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know, and Gizmo or something like it.
Launchpad McQuack, you're flying the Quinjet?
Sure thing.
Now I'm making everyone wish that was real.
Well, that could happen now. I mean, they own both.
A dark part of me wants that to happen, damn it.
Disney could do whatever the fuck they want now. They can do that if they want.
Well, that was the thing we were afraid of all the way back when they said they were buying it out, that we were going to get goofy crossovers like that. Well, that's what everyone thought.
Yeah.
I'm still shocked it hasn't happened. I mean...
you mean like the awesome, hardcore, serious comics like Peter Porker and Howard the Duck and stuff like that?
Yeah, someone thought that was inevitable, that we were going to have Howard the Duck meet Donald.
Well,
that would totally work.
Well, I would buy that. I hate Howard the Duck running into regular Marvel characters. Disney characters is fine.
Then Howard the Duck, it would just be like 22 pages of Howard the Duck bringing up the fact that Donald was a Nazi.
Yeah.
Even though that was a dream.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. Back to Avengers Assemble. It's coming! Again,
Yay!
do whatever the hell they want.
Well, I mean, we have more information on Beware the Batman than this, so that's kind of... We've talked a lot about it.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for a new story?
I guess I am. You take it, good sir.
Okay. Set photos confirm Iron Patriot armor to be featured in Iron Man 3. New set photos confirm that the Iron Patriot armor will be in Tony Stark's newest solo movie, Iron Man 3. But it's not Stark who's going to be wearing it. It's going to be a character played by James Badge.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. This one's a little out of date, but it's the only one that had a really good picture. Now they're saying that that's somehow a repurposed version of the War Machine armor.
Yeah.
But people are just wondering what the fuck, why is this here at all? And there are some people
in the comics recently, and people recognize it.
Oh, I recognized it and almost wanted to spit at my screen because I've shared this before. I hated that. Yeah, I just hated Dark Avengers and all that. Every time I saw the Iron Patriot, I wanted to punch something.
Well, I mean, it's because, it's Norman Osborn. He's an asshole. Of course he's going to, his Iron Man suit's going to look like that.
I know. And the only time it never pissed me off was when it came up in Invincible Iron Man during Dark Reign, because it exactly spun that off as, hey, you're an asshole who's using my technology because you're an asshole.
How cool would it have been if this could have been Norman Osborn? How cool would it have been if it was William Dafoe Osborn in Iron Man 3?
Well, Tori GNR1 just exploded in joy at that, because a little fun fact about him, he loves Willem Dafoe.
How amazing would that have been if Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark took off fighting with Dafoe's Norman Osborn? How amazing would that movie be?
Oh, I'd pay to see that scene only.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's just one scene, it'd be worth it.
Yeah. If they suddenly said, oh, this has Dafoe and you have to charge 10 extra bucks, I would have happily beat someone up to get the money to pay, because I never have more than 20 bucks to go to a movie theater.
Yeah. See, that's the problem with seeing this armor used. it makes me think of how much cooler that would have been.
Yeah, but here's the thing. They haven't said really what this is besides the fact that it's actually the War Machine armor, but they gave it some really goofy detailing. There's a couple theories out there. One that I think would be hilarious is that this is actually some sort of goofy USO show armor that Tony's going to wear.
That's a good point. It might just be simply a reference.
It might be a reference. Some people are thinking, "Oh, Cap's got a cameo in it, and where do you?" No, that'd be dumb. I'm not entirely sure, but there was a time in the 90s where they tried to give Cap like an armored suit, not like Iron Man looking armor, but they gave him that, and no one looks at that part as a proud moment in Cap history.
Oh, that was a terrible costume.
Yeah, so no, that's if they do that, then we might as well probably call this movie Iron Man 3 X3 somehow.
Yeah.
Because that's an X-Men 3 kind of move. And I don't want I would finally see a superhero movie with a good third chapter in its line of films, please.
Mm-hmm.
Please. Who knows from this insanely... Someone asked me what I just think of its design. Well, judging from this still blurry image, this is the best image, and yet it's still grainy as hell. It is a very colorful torso. I don't know. It just keeps making me think of all those terrible fanboys who tried to make that armor by painting it. That's the only thing I can think of. And I don't know. And it doesn't help that the other pictures, the guy, before they're shooting and half the armor pieces are off, and he's wearing something that makes it look like he's wearing a discount Bane mask.
Yeah, it does look like that. I was thinking Bane, too.
Yeah. Yeah, dear God. You have my permission to die, Tony Stark. What do you have to say on anything?
Oh, that was kind of it.
Yeah, it's just there.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe it'll probably be used in the trailer to high hell.
Oh, yeah, we'll see it in the trailer.
Like the suitcase armor, which I still think is cool.
Yeah, the suitcase armor is pretty awesome.
Yes, it kind of been able to make sense of the idea that it fit in a suitcase by making it into a physical suitcase. Okay, let me just cut the audio here. And now to our next story, we have something that's totally going to end up happening. Warner Brothers reportedly developing a Justice League film.
Oh, yeah!
Thank you for displaying that thought we had back in, 2006, Manos.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, totally not brought about by the success of the Avengers. I mean, completely. They were doing this, and it just happened, to come out right after the Avengers being a big hit. It's just coincidence.
Total coincidence. I mean, it's insanely obvious that it was entirely planned, even though, at least in this statement, it doesn't say we've been hoping to make one, which is stupid because that's actually true, but
yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're trying to make everything into a movie somehow.
Well, the Justice League film has, faltered a couple of times. There was almost one a few years ago, I think directed by George Miller, who made The Road Warrior and Babe. And
Babe?
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
That'll do, Flash. That'll do.
Yes, no kidding. And that kind of went nowhere. And, in the early 2000s, DC was just fucking around trying to see... I mean, they almost did a World's Finest movie with Batman and Superman. Which had a stupid plot.
I saw the video Shades at Night did, talking about all these attempts to get Superman back on screen.
Yeah.
First off, it seemed like, why does he have to die in every movie?
I know.
But then to that, God, that was incredibly goofy.
Well, they were trying to do the Death of Superman story over and over again.
And then they finally said no.
Yeah, and then they just finally gave up on it. And, then they tried to do the world's finest movie
Everyone had to die in that movie.
with Batman and Superman. And it was, I don't know if you knew this, it was about Batman. Actually, it was not world's finest. It was Batman versus Superman was the title. And Batman accused Superman of killing his girlfriend or something. That was the story.
Mm-hmm. I heard that. There was also something, like there's more backstory about how the Joker killed Lois, and Dick Grayson as Nightwing dies in the movie, and Commissioner Gordon dies. Everybody who's in like a main character, those two, just dies.
Yeah. It's terrible.
And and the funniest part, they were considering Christian Bale for Batman.
Yeah, I think that's probably maybe the start of him being tossed around for Batman. Well, he auditioned for Robin for Batman Forever. But
was that movie out by the time Newsies came out?
Or no. Newsies came out
before.
Newsies was like 93 or something like that. Or
because I remember when I first watched that, we had to watch it in a music class back in the 6th grade. Yeah. Just as Begins came out. And the first thing we heard was someone went, "Holy shit, it's Batman!" And then my music teacher, she had to be stern because you can't say that kind of language. But, we could tell she wanted to burst out laughing. Holy shit, it's Batman! And the best part, because he looked so young, half our class didn't know. And at least most of the guys in my class, I had a really small class because I was in a small town at the time. We all saw that movie because that was the boy thing to do. Like, we're all seeing Batman!
Yeah!
Because we're guys in junior high or some bullshit like that. And we all saw it, and half of us were like, "That's not Batman."
Did you actually walk around saying that?
Like, we were all like, that movie's going to be so cool because we were 6th grade boys who thought everything was awesome. Like 5 minutes beforehand, we were probably going to watch some bullshit like Viva La Bam on MTV or something. Or Pimp My Ride. Like, we were...
Stop making me sick.
I'm making me sick too, don't worry.
Anyway, hey, weren't we talking about Justice League film? I'm concerned. More than excited. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you ain't alone.
Like, they hired the guy to write the film Will Be All or something like that. Didn't he write the Green Lantern film?
He co-wrote it with Mark Guggenheim.
Yeah, the film you liked.
Why do you have to make me feel bad for that?
And no one else.
I know a bunch of people who liked it. Come at me, bros. Yeah, even I'll admit that might not be a good sign. I don't know.
And this won't be connected in continuity to the Nolan movies and the Zack Snyder movie.
Yeah.
So,
like, I just say, you know what? How about you just like officially release the TV pilot for Justice League? That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Have you seen that pilot?
Yeah. You mean the old live action pilot from the 90s?
Yeah, the one that they're using a screenshot for in this article.
Which is hilarious. No, I've never seen it. Although it looks painfully awful.
I swear to God. Here's the thing. The direction they were trying to go for, I'm guessing, was Justice League International.
Well, yeah, because, like, isn't the Green Lantern Guy Gardner?
Yeah. And Fire and Ice are in it. Yeah. And like the good chunk of it is comedy. Well, attempts at comedy. There's this weird scene where, Ray Palmer, he has to try and sneak into this place with like a laser, one of those trip lasers.
Yeah.
Okay, so he does the smart thing, shrinks down and walks under it. Then he proceeds to treat it like a limbo bar, and there's like limbo music playing.
Oh my God.
That is the moment that'll make or break your sanity for like the next hour.
See, ladies and gentlemen, when you bitch about things that are like
That,
nitpicky problems, this
yeah,
is what we used to deal with all the time.
yeah. And absolutely no one is in character. Like, uh, Guy Gardner like sings show tunes and shit and tries to be like a pretty boy, which isn't his character.
Oh yeah, that's totally the character.
Totally the character. Barry Allen, and this is a modern equivalent, and you could be as angry at me for mentioning this as you can because I hate myself for it too. It's like he escaped Jersey Shore and
Oh, that's
traveled to the 90s to be in that thing.
ugh.
Like, he acts like he could easily fit in with those assholes.
Haha.
Oh, and also, Martian Manhunter, he looks like
Oh,
the thing that killed all the Green Martians because he's fat as hell.
I know. Because they got David Ogden Stiers to play him, and he's fat. And Martian
Cave in a
Manhunter,
black outfit. Don't hide that at all.
yeah, Martian Manhunter is not fat and is a character that wears basically a cape, suspenders, and panties.
He's unfortunately ready for the porn parody if they ever
Yeah,
decide to make it, basically.
yeah, he's not the character you would hire a fat guy to play.
Yeah, like and that joke we made earlier about like putting him in a trench coat, putting him in the dark. They did that, and you could still tell he's fat
Yeah.
because having a pudgy face with green latex is all you need.
Embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Not to mention, I love how they kind of make him a mystery because the way he contacts the team, who, by the way, all live together, is through the television. He contacts them through the television. Oh God, it's again it's another train wreck. It's
Wow.
and the thing is, it has some half decent effects for '90s television.
Yeah.
Uh, like of course they look comic book kind of, but that's fine by me.
Hmm.
Yeah. But any other notable things?
Well, I don't know. Let's just hope the Justice League movie that they're making is at least as good as that one.
I don't know. That if we somehow make like unintentionally make the sequel to the TV pilot, that's just proof that they're trying a little too hard.
I mean, what is so difficult? I mean, what is so difficult about hiring like Bruce Timm and Paul Dini to put together a film?
That'd be a good idea. And
What is so difficult? Or maybe Brad Bird. How about Brad Bird?
you email them.
Yeah, I mean,
You're
come on.
speaking the truth, my friend. I'm just nodding.
Can you imagine a Brad Bird Justice League film or J.J. Abrams?
Well, J.J. Abrams tried to make a Superman movie.
I know, that's right. Well, it's time to forgive or whatever the fuck the problem was.
Yeah. We just need to get in there and like break in and get you a job there, Manos.
Yeah.
That's the perfect thing we need to do. Not like, work hard and get noticed. No, break in and just throw in a script and put someone's name on there that they know.
That's right.
So
Yeah. I'll write it and put Will Beall's name on it or whatever his name is.
Will Wheaton wrote the script. This is going to be interesting. We just put some random celebrity's name on there.
Wait a minute. Vic Tayback is dead. He's been dead since the 90s.
What do you mean Ernest Borgnine wrote this? I don't think he even knows how to do that. Okay. Let me breathe. Now, Manos, go!
Teen Titans Go is a cartoon, and that's it.
Yeah. To the fan base of the Teen Titans cartoon who are kind of anime fangirls, basically half of my friends in high school, your unfortunate nightmarish wish came true because I had a bit of an experiment. I showed this to a couple of my friends who were, like you and me, who who've liked the comics kind of more than like they like the old show.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it had its goofy moments, but yeah, it was fairly good. Had some good episodes. Knew when to be dark and emotional. It was good. And then I showed them this. One of them thought I was joking, even though I had the promo art. And the other one said, "Well, get the rocket ship, boys, because we're flying to the moon. Because I don't want to live on this planet anymore."
Yeah.
And then I sent this to some of my anime fangirl friends. It's like I showed them Jesus. They were so happy to see this image. So happy. They're like, "Oh my God, it's old Chibi Fat." Ah. I'm like, should I fucking leave?
I'll be honest. I'd rather see the Super Best Friends Forever expanded into a show.
I'm inclined to agree with you
Because every clip
this did begin as like a bunch of shorts for DC Nation.
Yeah, because I imagine they've kind of been developing shows, which is what this is all about. This is my assumption. But I love Super Best Friends Forever. Every time I see a clip from it, I think that is hilarious. I love it. My particular favorite is when Batgirl is trying to get to the scene of the crime, but her dad hasn't gone to bed yet.
I know. I love that too.
I love that one. Holy shit, that's hilarious.
Maybe we'll be lucky enough. Maybe in the future that'll happen.
Maybe. I hope so. And also, the thing is about Super Best Friends Forever versus Teen Titans Go is Super Best Friends Forever is original. It's a new thing.
Yeah, this is just taking kind of the goofy little moments that Teen Titans would have and make it into longer shorts, and now they're making it into a full-fledged show.
Yeah.
And again, I know there's an audience that's going to like it. It's not a bad idea to me. It's just not something I really would want to see.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I can't, I don't know. I can't feel like I could trash it totally, but it's not something for me. It's like...
exactly.
It's a lot like Batman Brave and the Bold.
Yeah, it's actually... Walking Dead's a good example. That show's just not...
And Walking Dead. I'm sure we're the only people to compare Teen Titans Go and Walking Dead. But...
You're welcome. Come at us, bro.
But yeah, I mean...
Scorsese's going to tear me in half.
Yeah. Because I watched clips and full episodes of Batman Brave and the Bold, and it's just not my thing. But I can totally see how people would love it. And, you know, that's the same thing with this. So, it's like, hey, if you like it, great.
We'll leave you alone.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong for liking it.
Someone else will do that for us. Because there's plenty of assholes like that.
It's the internet. Everyone hates something.
Exactly.
Citizen Kane, that's so overrated. Fuck that movie.
I would rather wipe that movie with my balls.
That movie isn't shit compared to Adam Sandler.
Cool as Ice is much better than that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, like someone jokingly made 10 reasons why Cool as Ice is more watchable than Citizen Kane somewhere.
Really?
It was like as a joke.
Well, of course, because no one would seriously think that.
No, I've seen Cool as Ice.
I can't even watch the Nostalgia Critics review of it.
I couldn't either. And then it was like on Ovation a few months ago, and I'm just like, fuck it, I need background noise while I finish an assignment.
Oh my god.
It's like they extended a shampoo, like some sort of weird modeling commercial.
It does. It does look like an old 90s like shampoo commercial or something.
Because there's literally like 5 minutes of them walking around and jumping around this weird like construction site area in slow motion with music that sounds like CNC Music Factory.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't really have names for a lot of things that were going on in the early 90s besides suck. But
what are you talking about?
When you see something from the early 90s, you go, yeah, that's the early 90s. I know when that is. I know that's 92. Maybe it's because I lived through that.
I was a child in the early 90s, and God, we were obsessed with roller skating.
And vests.
And
We loved
my
vests.
cousin could probably still has a couple of his vests somehow. Like, yeah, the 90s was a strange time,
Hey,
full of magic and wonder.
yes. You want to talk about some Zero issues?
Yeah, because we're already heading to the bottom. Why not to zero?
Yeah. Do we need to change over, or are we okay?
Yeah, I think it'd be safer if we change over. Hold on.
All right, let's change over.
So, I think we said that DC was doing it, but they officially announced the zero issues.
Speaking of the early 90s,
Yeah,
DC is doing Zero issues to explain their new continuity.
maybe.
Possibly.
Um, all I have to say right now is Batman is flying right at me, and I'm afraid.
Super Batman.
Super Batman and his amazing foreign friends.
Yes. Da-da-da-da.
Yes. So we said it before, but just in case you might have forgotten or didn't see it, in September, I think this is them preemptively saying, you know what? We're going to take that, how many 13th issues are going to show up next September and flip it on its head, because that was the instant joke people were making. Yeah, how many number 13s are we getting? And we're not that month. We're getting nothing but zeros.
Yep. Oh, yes, we are.
You win this round, I guess.
Yeah, we're getting. This means in 1 year, I think 1 year, we're going to get 2 Batwoman zeros.
No.
There was a Batwoman Zero before her series started.
Batwoman Zero was last year.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was last year.
But in a span of a year.
How stupid of me.
In a span of a year, yeah, 2 and someone's speculating that they're just going to reprint that issue, which I highly doubt.
They should. Why not?
That means Amy Reeder gets one more artist credit.
Yeah, she gets one more check.
But apparently it's not, because J.H. Williams is doing all the art on it.
So, I don't know. I mean, it's just like, good Lord. How of it... Okay, if you're going to start collecting comics in the near future, good luck.
No. The first thing you should say is, we're sorry, then good luck. God.
Yeah. We apologize, because you know what? It's partly our fault as fans, because we bought all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So we're sorry, future collectors.
If you start collecting in the next couple months, and you're listening to this show...
Yes.
Because we've ran into people like that who, some people say they don't read comics too much. They just know like movies and shows, but they love to hear us talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take our warning, fair sirs and possible ladies.
Hey, listen. I also want to talk about some of these other covers, like.
Yeah, because this one only shows one cover.
Yeah, but a cover that's getting the most attention on this is
Catwoman.
The Catwoman cover. Oh, very good. Yes. The Catwoman cover, because Gullum March has done the impossible and had Catwoman jump through the comic with her tits and ass pointing forward.
He is a visionary.
It's absolutely amazing. How?
Hey, here's the thing. I am not shocked he's the one that finally managed to do this.
I know. It's like someone is throwing a broken contortionist at me.
That should be on the book. Comic news. It's like someone's throwing a broken contortionist at me.
It's like, oh, the contortionist got in this car wreck. Here, catch.
And she was wearing some sort of fetish outfit.
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. I thought, speaking of the 90s, that kind of look was over. Like, the twisty
Jim
woman
Ballant Catwoman.
Yeah, and
that one lives in infamy.
Yeah, a lot of, and not just Jim Ballant, but a lot of like 90s bad girl. I mean, it was like such, it was the 90s bad girl pose where it's like, wow, I can look at both her ass and her tits in this shot. That's amazing. Even though it's not even physically possible to stand that way. So it's like, offensive on two different levels.
Yes, on a moral level and on an anatomy level.
Yes.
God, they're succeeding. So again, I'm like, I almost wanted to just jokingly say I was making that up, but I did hear about Catwoman. But if I didn't know about it until then, I would not be at all shocked that it somehow was Catwoman involved, because Catwoman's been getting some of the weirder, odd reactions.
Well, that's because, they've been kind of like skinemaxing Catwoman over the last, year.
They
Oh,
have.
so,
And I'm not
uh,
entirely shocked for some reason. I don't know why I'm not shocked that they're doing this to Catwoman, but
of course they're doing this to
of
Catwoman.
course.
I just saw, before we started recording, DC artist Cameron Stewart make fun of it.
I'm putting that one in.
Oh, yeah,
I
have you seen that picture?
I think I saw you reblogging on Tumblr. That's going to be
Yeah,
in
you
there
should,
with the real cover, which I'm staring at right now, and
yeah, put it on after you show the real cover, because it made
I
me laugh.
will.
Made me laugh my ass off when I saw it.
It's
Uh, there's
it
been
looks
several.
more physically possible
Yeah, well,
than
it's
the actual cover.
well. What's weird is like when did they like debut that cover? Like yesterday?
Basically,
And I've
yeah,
seen like
because this stuff is kind of we should be waiting for the next show, but I figured again it's been a while since a show, but yeah,
in 24 hours, I've seen several parodies of that cover.
well, people work fast on the internet.
That's true. You kids and your internet.
Even though Cameron Stewart's probably your age, but still.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to talk about the new titles as
Oh,
well?
of course. That's probably the big news thing worth it.
All right.
So
We got Talon by James Tynan
Tynan the Fourth.
and Gollum March. So that means we get to see
Talon's
Beard's-
ass coming at us.
yeah, and his groin and bulges. Like, you'll see his dick
His legs
and
will
his
be like
ass.
outspread, and it'll just be his crotch coming at us.
Yeah. I look forward to seeing all those covers from Gollum March, who I'm sure will totally do that. Oh,
You don't know anymore.
yeah, Sword of Sorcery. Oh, I thought this was going to be called Anthermist. I can't pronounce that name. Maybe that's why it's being called Sword of Sorcery.
Yeah, it's kind of going to be hard to have a bunch of people who can't pronounce your title when they go to the comic shop and ask for it.
Yeah. Well,
Do
this
you
is
have a copy of Anthronymity?
Yeah. Do you have a copy of Atheist or whatever the fuck it's called?
You have a card of I'm a Jackass? Because that's what you might as well have said if you try and pronounce that.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh,
And that's done by...
copy of I'm a Jackass? Oh, yeah, Red Hood and the Outlaws is over here.
along with a bunch of back issues of Hawk and Dove, but we scratched out we scratched out Dove since Hawk's the only asshole part of it.
Yes. But anyway, this was a comic back in the 80s, and I vaguely remember it, but I never read it. And it's drawn by Aaron Lepresky, and
He's a good artist. I like him.
Yeah, I like his artwork a lot. And I've seen the cover. The cover looks really good.
Mm.
And the writer is Christy Marks, who has my girlfriend Lindsay really excited. Oh, because you know what she's done?
No.
She's the creator of Gem.
Well, okay, I'm pretty sure that wins something.
In the Gem and the Holograms.
Yeah, I just heard a bunch of screaming from the 80s.
Yes.
Go back into my room.
And now, technically, of course, she didn't create it. It was one of those things where Hasbro creates the characters'
But
name.
she developed it for TV.
Yeah, it was just like Larry Hama with G.I. Joe.
Or a modern example, Lauren Faust with what were we just talking about? Superheroes Forever, Super Friends Forever.
Yes.
And My Little Pony for the big people who want me to bring it up.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is the way Hasbro used to do it. They'd kind of create the...
Hasbro still kind of does it, so.
Yeah, they'd name the characters and create their looks and then give them to a showrunner, and they would, come up with all the backstory and stuff like that.
Technically, that's how the Batman, anything when they make Batman or Avengers kind of works.
Yeah, and so, the show would live or die based on, the people working in. And thank God, they gave them, those three shows to fairly talented people.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't like G.I. Joe. But, as soon as I told Lindsay that. I saw her like eyes open, like really wide. She was
And then
excited.
all of your windows shattered from the screams. And
But
also for Sword and Sorcery, there's a backup done by Tony Bedard with art by Jesus Saez, set in,
yes,
in a post-apocalyptic wasteland.
yay, something cheerful! Woo!
Yeah, he's gonna run into Connor McLeod in Highlander 2. The monstrous warrior Beowulf is charged with finding and defeating the evil Grendel.
Oh, that sounds.
Good job. Good luck with that, Tony Bedard. Thank God it's a
Yes,
backup.
yeah.
And then we got
We look forward to these stories that we fell asleep listening to in English class.
I fell asleep trying to watch two different versions of the one that Robert Zemeckis made, and the actually no, I stayed awake through the Christopher Lambert one.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why.
Look, filmmakers,
Stop.
creators, no one cares about Beowulf.
But I am Beowulf. No one
You've
gives.
tried. You've done your best. No one cares.
Go away. And the third book is The Phantom Stranger, written by Dan DiDio and done by Brett Anderson, so he could piss off everyone who's still waiting for Astro City.
Yeah.
Bring
And
it back, you bastards!
oh, don't forget about Team 7.
What?
Team 7.
Do you know what that is?
Oh, okay. Well, it's right here in the article. It's Team 7 by Justin Jordan and Jesus. There's another Jesus guy.
Well, again, his name is Jesus Marino.
Jesus Marino.
I've seen it, but do you know what Team 7 an old book property?
I don't know. I don't know. But I don't think so because it's a terrible name. Set
Like something that would try to like beat out the A-Team for a spot.
It's set in the early days of the DC Comics New 52, which, by the way, that's hilarious. Threads of the entire DC universe collide. I'm guessing this book is being designed as a way to tie all this shit together.
Oh, good luck with that writer, and I've never heard of.
And let's see, Superman emerges. So does the world's countermeasures against him and his kind.
Team 7 is comprised of...
Yeah, Diane Lance, the skinny chick that calls herself Amanda Waller, who isn't really Amanda Waller. Steve Trevor, Alex Fairchild, Cold Cash, John Lynch, and Slade Wilson. So, boy, this is going to be...
who Lynch, Fairchild, and Cash are.
Well, I imagine Fairchild is the father to Fairchild. That the Gen 13 character that's now in...
I know nothing about Gen 13, so...
That's okay. And Coal Cash is obviously Grifter.
I know nothing about Wildstorm.
And John Lynch, I don't know who the fuck that's supposed to be.
It's Jane Lynch's brother from Glee.
And Steve Trevor. Why is Steve Trevor getting all this action? I mean...
he was played by Nathan Fillion once, Manos. That's why.
He was also played by... oh, God, what's his name? The guy from the Carol Burnett show. What's his name? Lyle Wagner.
See, that's why you're here, because I don't know that at all. I know that person. I didn't know he played Steve Trevor.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
My mom used to love that show. Back when they reran it. Let's see. Are you excited for any of these 4 books?
I'm excited for Lindsay for Sword and Sorcery.
I'm happy for Lindsay.
Yeah. Actually, to be honest, that doesn't look so bad.
It looks like something I'll give a shot.
I might take a look at that, actually.
And forget Beowulf. I'll probably ditch that part.
Oh, I won't even read that. Are you kidding? But other than that, I don't think I'm really interested in any of this stuff.
Talon, I might give a shot.
Talon. Oh, boy. I can't wait to read more Owl shit.
I'm still sticking with your theory that this whole plan is to make us stop polluting, by the way. I'm going to see... it was... When they first announced it, people thought Snyder was going to be involved. He's not, apparently. So that's what kind of killed it. Phantom Stranger, he's going to be a part of that weird Trinity War thing. But again, Dan DiDio is not that good of a writer from what I've seen.
Let's start a betting pool.
Okay.
How long is this book going to last?
How long are any of these going to last, in all honesty?
I say 6 issues.
I'll go with you on that.
Uh, Phantom Stranger might last until
Madam
what?
Stranger is definitely going to be on life support
It's gonna
as long
last
as they need
until
to be.
it's gonna last until what? The Trinity War? Is
Once
that what
that's
that's?
over, it could kill any time.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's going to live until that crossover is finished.
Talon might even survive if the owl stuff keeps going,
No, I mean, look,
but I doubt it still.
No, look, without Zack Snyder, after the Owl thing is over, that ain't. I don't. It's.
I don't even think it'll go on before the owl stuff ends.
Yeah. Well, the Owl stuff is not going to end. So
We
it's the longest story I've ever read in my life.
that should be on the next trade.
It was, it's almost like, one of those giant Three Musketeers bars.
It doesn't end.
Yeah, it's like really awesome, those first few bites. It's like, God, it's just, when is this going to end?
Is someone giving me more? Is this like some sort of TARDIS wrapper?
I need to shit this out while I'm still eating it.
I like Three Musketeers bars, and even I agree with that. Like it goes on forever. Yeah. So, speaking of books that are we speculating on ending, we have things that are actually ending for sure.
Yay, I think.
Yeah, I guess. So, along with we kind of mentioned Justice League International is getting canned.
Yeah.
We'll cry later. Along with that is going to be Captain Atom, Voodoo, and Resurrection Man.
Yeah.
I am shocked that Voodoo, more than anything, didn't even survive the first cut.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I mean, that was like panned like across the board.
I know, but I'm guessing like someone told me it got better, but it's just not a concept I care for to begin with.
Yeah, well, Punch in the Face gets better after.
I know. Like, yeah, you know what? World War II kind of got better when it ended. Cancer,
the Depression got better.
There are high times during cancer and all that junk.
That's right. The Depression got better after 10 years.
Like, Rob Liefeld's sometimes cheerful.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's always cheerful while we're yelling at him. But he's working the weather now, so that's why.
So are these 0 issues going to be the last issues of these books? How depressing.
I think International's ending before that.
Oh.
Because I didn't see them with a 0 issue. But yeah, the issues where we explain their origins are the last for those 3 books, yes.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Now that they're canceling, I mean, have they canceled Grifter? Is that still going on?
No, that's still gone. Liefeld somehow did not kill it yet.
You know, DC, I want a Wildcats book. Put these characters back together and make a Wildcats book. I don't understand. Like, Jim Lee's one of the architects of this thing, and he's blown his characters all over this universe. It's like, I want a Wildcats book. When you want to... okay, maybe you don't.
Like I said, I know nothing about the Wildstorm universe stuff.
Yeah.
I feel sad.
I like some of the... I like the Wildcats. I didn't care much for the Authority.
I wanted to give... they did like this massive kind of sub-relaunch with the Line. Yeah. I wanted to give those books a shot because I heard amazing things about Authority and Wildcats when they redid it for that.
Yeah. I just don't like the Authority as a concept.
I wanted to get to the Authority, and then someone pointed out to me that it's all out of fucking print.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like, $40 for a book. No. Yeah. I'm shocked they haven't reprinted that stuff or kept it in print because I remember when after the Watchmen movie came out and they were pimping out what to read after Watchmen. That was one of the things they didn't even have the damn books in print.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's funny.
They reprinted the first issues of some of the books they recommended to read after Watchmen. And yeah, that stuff wasn't even in print. Like maybe the first volume was, so it justifies it, but the rest of it wasn't.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good job on that one.
God, reading DC is difficult.
Reading comics in general can be difficult, but DC's
Well,
right now being a grand example.
DC is like trigonometry.
I have to learn that in college soon.
Oh, yeah.
Damn you for making me remember. So,
All right.
let's talk about something insanely exciting, Manos. Sales.
Yeah.
Sales. No, wait. We have the Batman
Oh,
thing first.
yeah. Let's talk about this first, and then go to that other thing.
Yes, let's end on the incredibly boring thing of sales.
Yeah. No. There's one other thing we want to talk about after sales.
We'll do. You want to do sales first or the next or the? Okay, so
We'll
sales.
do sales. We'll do sales first.
Okay, so Manos, take this because you wanted to talk about it.
Well, the top 100 comics in May just came out, and well, DC did have, I think, let's see, let me take a look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books in the top 10. However, Marvel had the top 2, which were Avengers versus X-Men issues 3 at number 2 and issue 4 at number 1. And
that stupid versus tie-in to it.
Yeah, and one of the verses, at number 6. And Marvel won the month because I think maybe it had more titles in the whole 100. And
well, here's the thing: there's
their dollar amount is higher.
Their dollar amount is higher, but in terms of like if we spread it out to like top 20, there's a lot more. Seems like there's a lot more of these. And it starts to even out more to that. But yeah, top 10, at least DC's still around there. But the top 2 books were still Marvel. So
yeah. Let's see. Well, in the top 20, there's still a lot of DC, but there's more Marvel. Wolverine and X-Men, Avengers, Wolverine, X-Men again, Avengers. Okay, it's pretty much X-Men and Wolverine and Avengers. And then that Earth 2 thing at number 11.
Woo!
By the way, yeah.
Sorry.
Earth 2 number 2 is going to be the peak of this series. Let me just tell you.
Can I say something very kindly? Go to hell. No, I'm kidding.
Issue 2 is going to be their biggest issue, and that's going to be it. Then it's going to be downhill.
You mean issue 3? Because issue 3 is the one where Alan Scott comes in.
Oh, that's it. Oh, that's well, whatever issue it is, I don't care. But
you and me will totally have a fight after the death over this, even though I'll probably forget in 5 minutes.
What's that?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Daredevil's just at 53. People need to buy this book. There's no fucking way Dial H should outsell Daredevil. Bull fucking shit.
Problem, Manos. I agree with you, but still.
Oh my god.
I even reread that book, and now that I understand what they were going with it, because I, for some reason, didn't think it was going to be a horror title, Dial H.
Yeah.
It's fairly interesting as a horror book. Like, I don't know what I was expecting, because the cover screened it was probably going to be a horror title, but I was just like, what the fuck is going on?
Mm-hmm. The new Image Comics Saga is doing well. That's at 57. That's not bad.
You're welcome, King.
Yeah.
What else? Like, I'm trying to see. Wonder where that Doctor Who Star Trek book is on here, if it's in here at all. Because I still haven't read that.
No, did that come out in May?
That came out like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, yeah, I guess so then. I don't know.
Oh, it says at the top it was IDW's top book, but it only ranked 121. Which for IDW is still high, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. They're still they're smaller up-and-coming go-getters.
Dark Horse, let's see. Dark Horse had Buffy Season 9 at 94.
Yeah, and that's their highest books, I think. I mean, Dark Horse needs to do something. Fucking Red Lanterns is outselling Daredevil? Come on!
Yeah, that's unacceptable.
That is unacceptable.
That book's terrible, too. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, of course it's terrible.
Like, it was okay at the beginning, but then it just streamed to, God, this is generic.
Yeah, well, ugh.
Comic news. God, this is generic.
All right, so that's the sales.
Aren't you excited?
Yeah, well, actually, let me ask you that. What do you think, Duke? That Marvel actually had a better month than DC. What do you think about that?
Well, if we're only speaking, they only had 3 books in the top 10, but I think it could easily be Event Fever from it. Though I'm still hearing good things about Avengers vs. X-Men. I'm still behind as hell on it.
I've liked it so far, but I mean, they actually won in total dollar amount too.
True. That's the thing I should be looking at, but I'm very much I'm looking at a list order because I'm still using my kindergarten thinking. It's a list.
Well, time to get naked and count to 21.
No. I don't know.
Well, then let's move on.
Like you're asking me to like give my opinion on the fact that someone's making a lot of money. What do you expect?
Okay.
I'm a stock clerk at a shoe store.
But let's see. But no, it's like we've gotten back. It seems like DC has almost gotten back to its pre-52 numbers though.
Now, if only they could go back to the pre-52 mindset and stop bragging that it's still the new 52.
I'm gonna say I'm thinking that it's gonna be either after the 0 issues or it's gonna be after a full year. It's gonna be after the 12th issue. I think. I'm very certain after the 12 issues they're gonna take it off.
Because it's not even the fact that you're saying it's new. You don't have 52 ongoings anymore.
Yeah.
You have all those like reprint stuff from the digital comics, like Beyond and Smallville season 11.
Well, that goes to a higher that goes to a larger situation where I don't like it when people call things new because they don't stay new forever. Like the new Avengers comic. Like that book's been out for years.
Not to mention, Marvel had that weird obsession with canceling or changing things and saying it's the new whatever.
Yeah, and then there's like the new Teen Titans from the 80s. And now if you want to talk about that series, you have to call it the new Teen Titans from the 80s.
I know. It's just like you just stated the problem. Yay.
Yeah, there was a Filmation did a cartoon of Batman back in the 70s called The New Adventures of Batman.
Hell, back when they did more, Bruce Timm did more animated stuff, they called it The New Batman Adventures.
Yeah, Fox kept renaming that. And it was like, fuck that. It's
well,
Batman.
That was when they went to WB, though.
On WB, well, I mean, Fox, like, renamed it twice, I think.
Yeah, but, like, they renamed it before then, but...
I think they renamed it twice, and then it went to WB, and they called it, like, either The New Batman Adventures or the Superman Batman Hour.
Well, no, they called it The New Batman Adventures, and then, like, the hour, they, like, kind of like Toonami,
yeah,
like, that bridge of programming, they named it The New Superman Batman Adventures.
Yes.
And also, this talk we're having right now so makes me happy that I decided not to call the show New Comic News when you joined.
I know, that would have been a bad idea.
That would have been hilarious. Not just because, not only is the fact that, yeah, that would get old after, like, maybe a month, but New Comic News just sounds stupid.
It's like your mother, when asked how old you are, she would go, well, he's 64,000 months.
I know. Jesus. Why do you have to make me think about this shit after my birthday? By the way, I had a birthday.
Hooray, happy birthday, Duke.
I'm legally an adult now. I'm not going to act like one, but I legally count.
That's right. You can vote and get laid.
No, I could do I've already done the latter plenty of times beforehand, but...
Woo!
College is a wild place, folks.
Full of whimsy and wonder and broken condoms.
I was about to say ramen noodles, but the broken condom thing seemed more apt. So, Manos, take our final story.
Yay! Hey! I remember when the Berlin Wall came down. it was one of those things where people were just so excited about and thought would never really happen, and then it suddenly happened. Well, this beats that. This is the Batman TV show from the 60s. The license has been acquired by Warner Brothers. That means they can release it on DVD.
What?
I know, after all this time. Because Fox and WB don't really get along. Well, actually, Fox doesn't get along with any other studio. But
they don't get along with fanboys.
Yeah, they don't get along with anybody.
Not even themselves.
They hate themselves. But they've been like feuding with Fox for all this time, and so finally, Warner Brothers can actually put out a DVD box set featuring their character, Batman. And, this, of course, the Adam West, Burt Ward show with the super awesome Yvonne Craig as Batgirl. And I hope, there better be some fucking awesome extras on this thing. If this is just the shows, well, first off, that'd be great, I guess, because it's what we've always wanted. But I want to see some commentaries and some behind-the-scenes stuff.
But I have the strongest feeling that if you got commentaries, no one would remember what they did because it was the 60s and everyone was high.
Oh, well, Adam West remembers.
Okay, fine. But yeah, that guy's been acting on Family Guy forever. He's probably become that character.
Yeah.
So much so that he's going to, be in Family Guy mode as he does the commentary. But that is something that is worth championing, though.
Yeah, there'll be a scene where Batman's punching someone, and Adam West in the commentary will be saying something along the lines of, "No one messes with Adam Wee."
Oh my God, I'm a tomato.
Oh, a screaming contest. I take your challenge. I'm beating you.
As much as I've fallen out of love with Family Guy in recent years, Adam West always cheers me up.
Adam West is always good in whatever episode. It doesn't matter how boring the episode is. If Adam West shows up, it's at least going to be funny there.
I have an escape plan. He hurls out a raft and gets an oar, and then he hits, oh no, a wall. Well, you have me captured, but I have a magazine set up from the 80s. God. But it's good to know, because that was one of those, there is a website I frequent called tvshowsondvd.com.
Yeah.
Just to kind of keep track of certain shows I want to get on DVD. And that was, they have a poll of what shows you want to see released. That one's usually number one.
Yep.
And it's been like that for years, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
On that website alone. And I understand that entirely. And plus, we know what to get Captain Logan and say, hey, look, we got your documentary, because as we all know, he's Campy Batman.
Now, the number 2 show can be raised to the top of that list.
I don't even want to know what that is.
Oh, it's most likely Bigfoot and Wild Boy.
And you would find that a heartbeat.
Give us a Bigfoot and Wild Boy DVD box set.
With commentaries by Bigfoot. The actual Bigfoot. I agree, Bigfoot. That was a very tough scene to shoot.
Yeah, that scene where you jumped in slow-mo on the trampoline.
Yeah, that took us a whole hour to film. Now, that's a mean thing to say to your co-stars.
Yes. Oh, that was a crazy episode when the alien bank robbers tried to hide out in the forest.
God, why didn't we get an Emmy for that? I would love that. I think it'd be hilarious, because that's the kind of thing you might run into with shows that are still running. Say there's an episode you hate, but the commentary is them giving this glowing review about what a good job they did because they have to do that. Because you can't admit you did something bad. I think it'd be great if they took that mentality, even though it's obvious that it's insanely corny.
Well, that's the thing. Well, look, I was a kid in the 70s, and the cool thing about kids' TV in the 70s, or actually most things in TV in the 70s, is pretty much what you see now on the internet was actual TV shows in the 70s.
And slowly shit on the internet's becoming TV shows today.
Just the most weirdest, fucked up, odd, random shit.
Like, at the end of recording, you will show me this stuff as, like, some sort of time capsule showcase.
I loved, it's just great. I mean,
and then you just laugh at my reaction.
Yeah, because it's great. I actually specifically like getting you because you're, like, fairly younger. So, and
not to mention, I've seen crazy shit, and yet I'm still not desensitized.
Yes. It's the best.
It is the best. I'm like, what happened in your time, old man? Did you have to fight these things in the wilderness?
Yes.
So that was our show.
Our big, epic, long show.
That's probably what we've been hitting average lately. And again, we were gone for a week, making up for lost time.
Yeah, so hey, think of this in the future. We're gone for a week. Our show back will probably be really long.
But entertaining.
Well, yes, obviously.
Yeah. So let's see. Pretty sure we got a lot of major beats. There was that video game like featuring the Justice League that came out, but I came up with this very obvious fact that you and me don't give an ounce of a shit about video games.
Yeah.
So
we're running long. We don't need to talk about that.
Yeah, like for the two people who probably wanted us to, it would be like caveman talking about video games. Except maybe funnier. Because
or Thomas Jefferson and John Adams talking about it.
Yeah, that's kind of exactly what it'd be like.
Yeah.
Because we just don't care. That, like, video games and toys are news I never cover, because back when we tried to cover toy news, it was clearly obvious that I didn't care, and a couple of toy reviewers were saying, not to be a dick or anything, but you probably shouldn't, since you don't know anything. I'm like, I know, and I'm done.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Next time on the Thomas Jefferson Hour on NPR, if they do, like, open questions or something for the show, I'm totally going to, ask him a video game question.
Like, what do you think of Gears of War 3?
Which do you think is the best Halo game?
Hey, what do you think of the ending to Mass Effect 3? That's still relevant, right? Again, I don't pay attention to video games.
What do you think about the different Robin skins you can use in the Batman Arkham game?
You want to play 2-player Space Invaders? Figure out how to make that work. That's some really odd questions about video games.
Well, those are strange questions I don't understand.
Does it involve...
I am told in your time you have these devices.
Then someone yells out, boo! Oh, we need to make that happen. Okay, so back to our regular house cleaning stuff here. You can check us both out on Tumblr and Twitter, where we talk about current news, show you things, and make about as much sense as we tend to make on this show. Right now, we're still kind of maxed out on our bandwidth limit on Podomatic. So, again, hopefully that'll change by the next time we do a show. Hopefully, maybe. Manos, Red Knight.
Yeah, Red Knight. As I mentioned, issue 4 is about to come out July 4th, and it features a story, obviously, written by me, and art by J.C. Grande, as well as lettered by Lindsay, by the way. Also, this issue features the contest winners from the Red Knight cover art contest. So you get to see the front and back covers by fans who wrote in and send in their cover art, and they look great. Also,
they look nothing like the cover to Catwoman 0.
That is correct. The anatomy is perfect on both covers. Also, I want to say that the issue is going to feature 2 backup stories, and the next 3 issues are going to be doing this. Backup stories of some of the other superheroes in this universe. So you get to see their at least 1-page and 2-page origins of these folks. One is drawn by J.C. Grande of Merrimack, the big white robot, and Half Moon, a witch superhero. And that's going to be drawn by Shiloh Penfield, who's a very talented artist.
And again,
also, one more thing. I mentioned this at the beginning of the show. I'll say it one more time. I'm going to be at HeroesCon, Manos Publishing, table AA149, signing copies.
Be there, be there, be there.
Be there or be square.
Take that. Gotta do it now, otherwise you'll be a square, and that sucks.
I know.
And also, if you want more updates about Red Knight, the Facebook page is in the info. Please do that.
Yeah,
nice.
Join it.
Because, sometimes we may be gone for a week and may not tell you something. So that's about it. Also, because I need to address this, I'm glad everyone enjoyed the montage ending from the last show.
That was awesome. That was very funny.
Thank you very, very much. I'm very glad that no one called me out on it. Someone did personal message me, why wasn't there a joke about the masturbating chimp?
You can't fit every joke in there.
I tried to, though, and I'm just like, I can't think of anything funny enough. And also, like, this is kind of... Like, I had another thing. Because I was just going to do that Court of Owls polluting joke in there, but it... but I'm just like... Because then there'd be images that'd be on there for, like, a split second, and you couldn't read it in enough time without pausing it.
Yeah.
And
I say so much... We say you and I both say so much random shit in a year. It's hard to fit every...
I know.
Every one of our solid gold jokes.
Like, there was a cut joke where we were going to say IDW just finally said fuck it and bought all of Marvel so they could justify putting out those art books. Because it is kind of a joke you and me have when we bring those stories up.
Yeah, well, it's weird. I don't care what people explain. I've heard it explained loads of times, and I guess it does make sense. It just seems weird.
Yeah, and I understand that. My proudest joke, though, is still probably, shockingly enough, the Black Panther. Black Panther finally learned how to wear suits at the UN meetings.
Yeah. Oh, that looks good.
And some of the manipulated images, well, all of them, the ones that were done like that, were done by C.C. Scorsese.
Yay! Yeah.
He's basically our art guy now. He did that. He did the Bill Cosby as Green Lantern. I didn't even ask him to do that for that. We just made that joke once, and I'm just like, well, since I have to have Bill Cosby in here somehow. And then I was just like, he quit hunting ghosts, giving pudding pops out to children, and teaching Rob Liefeld to become Green Lantern. That makes sense, right?
Yeah. That's what he would do.
That's totally what... Hey, it makes more sense in his film career. Like, could she do Leonard Part 10 or become Green Lantern? And also, I personally love the Eric got replaced by a fusion joke. I'm just like, I need to add something to this because then it just says the show just ended again. I'm just like, he got replaced by fusion. Someone will get that joke. So that's about it. Until next time, hopefully sooner than later, I'm Duke.
And I am the real Manos.
Peace out.